Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, I'm very happy to show you the Marvel Legends Civil War Spider-Man figure. This is the one from the 3-pack, the one most people are excited about, and I have to say, for the most part, it's a really good figure. It might be the best Spider-Man figure we've seen in a long time. There are some problems we'll have to talk about, but on the whole, by and large, in general, in the end of the day, whatever saying you want to use, it's a really good Spider-Man figure. So let's get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands almost exactly 6 inches tall, which makes him just over 15 centimeters. And it's not true to 1/12 scale. He's obviously not supposed to be 6 feet tall. But that's the thing I was trying to say in my other Spider-Man figure reviews where they were too short. The Legends aren't all to scale anyway, so having him shorter than he was, or than this one is, it might be too short on those other figures. But this one's a nice size comparison, I think. You can see he's shorter than the rest of the guys, but not ridiculously short. And I know he's a little bit older than the Spider-Man that we were looking at before, but it's just goes to show they're not all perfectly to scale, so I think it's okay. Anyway, let's look at this guy. He doesn't have any accessories unless you want to count Captain America's shield. Depending on how you want to pose them, you could go either way with that. But he looks really good. It's an all-new sculpt. All of the webbing is sculpted, and it's painted fairly cleanly. The only glaring thing I noticed when I got this guy is that the torso red is a lot more dull than the rest of the red. I don't know how well that's showing up on camera. It's not a big deal. It's once you pose it, you probably won't notice it, but it is something worth noting. It looks kind of like it's faded, to be completely honest. If you buy one of the old Toy Biz Spider-Man figures, this is the color they tend to be, so it's not great, but it's not a huge deal. And then the other issue is the spider logo is different on his chest than it was in the movie. So I don't know if that's just because they changed it in the movie or something like that, but it's worth noting that it is a slightly different logo than in the movie. And then the last issue, and it's probably obvious, they didn't paint the black on his arm. So I'm missing some black on his shoulder. Luckily, I have another one, and I'm going to swap it out. But that's not good. You don't want to have missing paint like that. So be aware, if you're buying these in the store, check them out first. Don't just grab the first one you see. They might have that issue. As far as articulation goes, the head can look all the way up, no problem. All the way down, full swivel, everything's good there. Butterfly joint on this guy is ridiculously good. You can bring the arm all the way forward, all the way back. It's missing a little bit of sculpted webbing in there, but that's not a big deal. So really nice range there. For the shoulders, it takes a little bit of force, but you can bring the arm up almost horizontally. So you can do that, and then you can rotate it around, of course. You have your bicep swivel, that all works. Double jointed elbow, that's fine. Of course, they didn't paint the pegs again. We have our wrist swivel and hinge. Hinge is a little stiff, so be careful, but it can go. Ab crunch goes really far forward, really far back. Not the best in the world due to sculpt, but it's fine. Once you get imposed, it'll be okay. It's not a deal breaker. Then we have our waist swivel, which is fine. The hips go all the way forward, so that's a good thing. Not so far back. Not so far out to the side. Only about 45 degrees, which is pretty disappointing. Thigh swivel is good. Double jointed knees, no problem at all. And then lastly, we have our ankle hinge, which brings the foot pretty far forward, all the way back, and you get your ankle rocker. So ultimately, it's a really solid figure, and if the rumors I've heard are true, they can't sell Spider-Man figures individually. They have to be in multi-packs. So if you want this guy, you have to buy the Civil War pack. And if you watch my Iron Man review and if you watch the Captain America review, you'll see that it's not a terrible pack. And this is a pretty darn good Spider-Man figure, so it's probably worth picking up. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. We have new videos every single day, so make sure you come back for that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.